All right, pretty excited. I have another watch to review and unbox. This is the Tissot. It is a Swiss chronograph. Nice box. This is actually, the Tissot watch brand is actually part of the Swatch group. So same group that makes Rolex and okay, some of my first thoughts about this Tissot Seastar 1000 chronograph. Very nice watch. It is very dark blue, almost black, with this blue sunburst pattern, which is amazing. When we zoom in, we can see the complications also have that sunburst pattern. So there are three main complications, plus we've got the date complication. So total 4 complications. The bezel is aluminum, unidirectional. Very nice clicks. The chronograph itself is operated by the buttons on the side, just like any other chronograph. And because this is waterproofed to 1,000 feet, you are able to screw down these posts to make sure it stays waterproof. When you press the top button the first time, that starts the actual chronograph. You have the 1/10 of a second complication running here. You have the large second hand, which will start running. The bottom complication is the constant second hand. So that wheel down at the very bottom here is always running, even when you're not operating the chronograph itself. Up here you have a counter, which will count your minutes up to 30 minutes. And when you press this button again, you'll see that it pauses your chronograph. So your 1/10 of a second stopped. Your large second hand has also stopped. However, this bottom complication here, this constant second hand, that keeps running. That's typically the second hand that you would find normally on a non-chronograph watch. So that's always going to be running because that's keeping your time. If you press, this is the Swiss G10.212 movement. It is made by the Swatch group, so the same group that makes parts for the Rolex and all the other high-end Swiss watches. So the same manufacturing company produces this movement. However, the G10.212 is a quartz movement. It's not an automatic, so that's going to be something pretty different from the rest of my collection. Let's get some measurements. The case is 49.7 from the post to the other side of the case. The bezel, 45.6. Let's go lug to lug. We're looking at 51.6. The bracelet starts in at 21.8, and it actually tapers down to 20. It's about 13. Yes, it is 13, and that is because the sapphire crystal is flat. There is no dome to this sapphire crystal. Some of my other watches have very pronounced domes, which add to the thickness of the watch overall. But this watch in particular has no dome. Interesting. Let's take a closer look at this bracelet. It's a pretty nice bracelet. However, at this price point, I would have wanted to see a little better execution on the clasp itself. It's held in here with this locking mechanism, and then it's just friction that holds it in place. There is no post and capture pins, so nothing here to secure that. And it is stamped stainless steel, which is okay. But again, at this price point, I would have expected milled. This also has a very easily to deploy dive extender, so it will fit around your wetsuit. So what does it look like on? How does it feel? It actually feels really good. It's got a nice weight to it. Directly out of the box, I had no need to extend or remove any links. So as I kind of wrap up the video here, my initial thoughts on this after having explored it for a few minutes, I very much like this watch. This very nicely executed. The colors on this, beautiful. Functionality is great. The fit and finish is good. A little let down at this price point about the clasp, but not a deal breaker. It is. All right, and that's about it. Thank you for watching.